It's a little bit early, but I think I can get started. Well, really, the reason that I start it now is because it doesn't make much difference if I wait another minute. This would still be probably going. So yeah, that's what's up. Got TTGP is updating. We're getting some new tracks this stream. Will I go in blind? I don't know, maybe. I was considering either maybe doing that or possibly going into time trials to check out some of the new tracks. Yeah. Oh no. Connection to the server lost, it says. Oh. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Please. Says it's receiving server packages, so I think it's able to connect. Sort of. Unless somebody's chewing on the wires. But then that wouldn't make sense because I have internet connection on my desktop. I don't get it. Hmm. Here, you know what? Let me try exiting and relaunching the channel. Yes, there we go. Okay, so now it's installing some. I don't know what happened before. Never mind. What's going on? Oh well. May as well start being the talking head, because that's what all I do in situations like this. Okay. Alright. We mostly got some pretty heavy shit today. So, recently I had seen that Trump has been removed from another set of ballots. This is a sounds like a big story, but it's actually kind of a small story, and I'll explain why. See, yes, a judge in Illinois removed Trump or ordered Trump to be removed from the Illinois primary ballots. This doesn't matter too much outside of like one potential implication here. Uh, Trump winning the primary or not doesn't really matter in a state like Illinois. And if he won the primary, him being on the ballot or not wouldn't matter that much in a state like Illinois, because Illinois is a pretty safe blue state. Like they wouldn't vote for Trump anyway. So like the impact of the decision to institutionally disempower Trump would like it doesn't have that much impact in a state like Illinois because he already doesn't have much institutional power there specifically. Where it would really have impact is in swing states and very Republican states. But of course, no conservative judge would ever deliver a ruling that bars Trump from anything. especially considering it being like a, you know, oh, do you get barred from the ballot or not? You know, they would never do that. And of course, if it were challenged at the Supreme Court level, it would just be like the Supreme Court would just like probably say, I don't know, that's up to the states, or altogether strike it down. Like, no, actually, you do have to put Trump on the ballot or something like that, because the Supreme Court is fucking evil. We know this. So you know, many news outlets paid attention to the whole like Trump getting removed from ballots state by state. But I think the only case in which that matters is when he doesn't like when he gets removed from one of the ballots in one of the red states. Because you think about it, like the US has the electoral college, the blue states are not going to vote for Trump either way. You know, it wouldn't matter whether he's on the ballot or not. He's not going to be getting any electoral support from there. The Republican states are the ones that matter in that instance. Um, I don't want to belabor the point too much. But I did mention the Supreme Court, which is a point that I want to belabor. I think there's no amount of times that I could beat the horse on this one and it not be justified because holy shit, the Supreme Court is the most powerful institution in the United States. The U.S. executive is the most powerful institution beyond the borders of the United States, but as far as within the borders of the United States, the federal judiciary is the most powerful branch because they literally have zero checks on them. The only thing that can overrule a court decision is another court decision. They are the only ones capable of holding themselves accountable. And with the Supreme Court, that goes doubly so because with lower courts, you know, federal like district courts or state courts or local courts, they can always be held accountable by the courts above them. I think having legal experts enforcing the Constitution is a good idea. Yeah, theoretically it is. However, judicial review was a fucking mistake. Having there be a system where somebody gets the undisputed last word on what a law says is never a good idea because then you just open that up to be a thought terminating cliche and an end to legal debate, which there should never be. Laws are constantly being reinterpreted and reinterpreted, even in a system like this. And you want to have a system that allows for that because that's a good thing, actually. Um, you know, it like the judicial, like the federal review, what is it, judicial review system, the system wherein the Supreme Court, the highest court, is literally unchecked and unaccountable uh, has led to way more harm than good. There are a number of court cases in the United States that affirmed the systems of slavery and Jim Crow and apartheid much longer than was popular. And even today, the Supreme Court is incredibly reactionary, and I think that comes necessarily with an institution with such unchecked power. Keep in mind, there are only 9 judges on the Supreme Court. 9 people determine the law for the entire fucking country, entirely unaccountable, unelected, and they serve for life. That has to go. And one of the ways that you could accomplish that is by having very like short, relatively speaking, terms for judges 6 years, 8 years, you know, however long. Enough for like 2 or 3 ish dockets, maybe. That's a more proceduralist solution, but I think that, you know, beyond that, there is a fundamental flaw that needs to be reworked there as well. Anyways, I've rambled long enough about the theoretical problems of having a Supreme Court that is unaccountable and unchecked by other institutions. Having it for life, I think, is better. You are wrong. That is never a good idea. Um, the in this case, the Supreme Court has decided to take up a case, uh, pending on whether or not Trump is literally above the law for having been the president of the United States. It's harder to bribe them this way. That's actually the other way around. It is incredibly easy to bribe judges that serve for life. In fact, there are numerous bribery scandals ongoing right now with the Supreme Court. with people like Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. And I think Neil Gorsuch as well, but he's much smarter than the other two that I mentioned, so he's better at hiding it. Um, Yeah. And in fact, the one of the other things that makes bribery so easy is because there is no body that's able to hold the Supreme Court accountable. The only people that are able to enforce the law or enforce any sort of standards of ethics on the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. And they have decided not to give themselves ethics standards. Who fires members of the Supreme Court, or is it an internal investigation? It is an internal investigation. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that the Supreme Court has no checks, no checks on it. There is no external body that is capable in the law, in the letter of the law, of holding the Supreme Court accountable, and that's a fucking mistake. You know, like I was gonna say, I was gonna use murder as an example, but like, I think bribery is just as apt here because that's been going on for fucking ever. Clarence Thomas literally solicited bribes. The bribery's gone so far that like there are judges who have literally solicited bribes from conservative donors to keep their positions, and the conservatives are all too happy to just funnel money into the Supreme Court because it maintains a majority for them, and it gets draconian laws passed and decisions handed down. Yeah, and actually, they don't even have to do an investigation. They like if the Supreme Court does something illegal, technically the law says, "Oh yeah, you need to do an investigation." You know who does the investigation? The Supreme Court. They can just decide not to even investigate themselves. There's the whole shtick of government institutions and media institutions and whatever saying, "Oh hey, we investigated ourselves and found no evidence of wrongdoing. Wouldn't you look at that?" In the case of the Supreme Court, they don't even have to do the investigation. It's up to their discretion whether or not they conduct the investigation in the first place. They could simply decide, don't worry about it. And that would be that. And there's nothing that anybody else can say about it. Picture like a tin pot authoritarian dictatorship, but instead of the authoritarian dictator being the president, the authoritarian dictator is a Supreme Court judge, and there's 9 of them. But still, nobody else can challenge them. We have the same thing here. Yeah, liberal democracies are pretty fucked in that way. Very very undemocratic element of that. It's the constitutional court. Yeah, we have a mix of like a Supreme Court and a constitutional court. I've heard that in some countries there's actually a difference between the two, where a Supreme Court has a like strictly advisory role, and then the constitutional court is charged with interpreting and scrutinizing the Constitution. Whereas in the United States, it's both. The Supreme Court is in charge of looking at the Constitution and interpreting what it says, but also every law that gets passed is subject to their scrutiny. They get to say whether or not a law is good or not. Um, in accordance with the Constitution, but also just on other grounds. A family member of mine was in the Supreme Court. Damn, you got friends in high places, family members in high places. That is. Uh, Here, hold on. SCOTUS. Yeah, okay, here we go. So the sorry, I don't want to get too lost in the weeds here. What I wanted to mention about the Supreme Court and how fucking evil they are, is that there's a court case that's been taken up by the U.S. Supreme Court. He alleged, with regards to his incitement of January 6th, the insurrection that took place in January of 2021. Trump said, "Actually, you see, it's fine that I did that because I'm the president, and the president, you see, is above the law. If the law is applied to the president, then they can't carry out their presidential duties, and then you don't have a country." And that's the legal argument that his team went with. And the Supreme Court was like, "Yeah, seems legit. Let's talk about it." It is a non-zero possibility that the Supreme Court, for all the stalling that they've already done, they've been dragging their fucking feet with this case to let Trump basically participate in the election and then only hear the case after he's won, in which case it would be a fucking moot point. Um, there's a non-zero possibility that, notwithstanding all that, they could hear the case and decide that, yeah, actually, Trump is above the law because he was the president, and the president is above the law. Despite there being existing legal precedent that no, the president isn't above the law. The Supreme Court already decided that in the 1960s and 70s. But because the Supreme Court is the only thing that can challenge the Supreme Court, they could just fucking change their mind and say, actually, the president is above the law because we ideologically agree with this president and what they're doing now. I swear to God, man. He did say that he could kill a person in the middle of the street and get away with it. And that much is true. Trump could kill a person in the middle of the street and get away with it. But on paper, that is against the law. However, if the Supreme Court does what I think they might do, what I think they're going to do most likely is just stall until it's a moot point, drag their feet and whatever. But if they do the not impossible thing of just deciding that Trump is above the law, he wouldn't just get away with it. It would be perfectly legal for him to do so. What if Joe Biden assassinates Trump using the CIA? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, imagine the Supreme Court decides that, like, yeah, the president is above the law, and then the fucking lights turn off, 48-hour media blackout when, everybody comes back the next couple days later. All the Supreme Court's been replaced. Trump has taken a mysterious fall down the stairs. 3 Supreme Court judges have taken mysterious falls down the stairs. And then, like, all the Republicans have been evicted from Congress, and like fucking now the cabinet is all like filled with labor officials and shit like that. That'd be truly the best timeline. He literally could do it if the Supreme Court rules that, like, yeah, the Biden laser eyes meme replaces all media broadcasts. If if the Supreme Court rules that the president is above the law, Joe Biden literally could just do that. He wouldn't, even if he was allowed to, he wouldn't, but he could. And that would be incredibly funny. Uh, ah, new tracks: Blissful Block, Strobent's Desert Illusion, The Grand Archives, T Cryovolcano, uh, new version of Rainbow Road Solar Edition, and updates to Cosmic Grove, Ice Cream Fortress, Lumpy's Lively Lair, and Superstar Dystopia. Very cool. Now I can actually start to play. If you turn on the TV and see Biden with laser eyes, we'll know that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Trump, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That is what we would see. Yeah. So that's got me really annoyed on one front. Although on another level, I think that this Supreme Court like turn of events was kind of inevitable because Trump appointed 3 of the 9 justices that are currently on the Supreme Court. And even outside of that, there are already, I think, 2 justices that he didn't appoint um, that are conservative, right? No, there's actually, it's a 6-3 conservative majority. So he appointed half the conservative judges, and the other half were from presidents before him. The court is basically stacked in the conservatives' favor. They can do what they want, basically. If they get something to the Supreme Court, they have effectively won. It's just a matter of what that looks like going forward. And in this case, I think what's most likely to happen is that the Supreme Court drags their feet so that the cases don't get heard until very soon, like close to the election, and any outcome that would result from criminal cases being brought against Trump wouldn't have happened, like wouldn't happen until it's too late for it to matter. So they could say, well, you see, we were gonna do the right thing, but silly us, we took too long, and now Trump's the president again, and he just gets to do Project 2025 with the rest of the Republicans, and democracy in America is no more. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think a couple of them flipped though. That's how Biden got the removal of that razor wire proof. Yeah, I know. It is sometimes a thing that like conservative justices will decide to rule with like against the conservative party line. But the thing about that is that like the conservatives only need things to go their way more often than not, right? And even then, that was a 5-4 decision. The decision that allowed Biden to go and remove that razor wire, which he didn't, by the way, was only 5-4. 4 conservative justices out of the 6 that are on the Supreme Court voted not to give him that ability. So if so much as one of them didn't defect, like two of the conservatives defected over to be with the more liberal judges. If one of them didn't defect, then congratulations, Biden no longer has any authority at all. You know? The margins of these decisions matter a lot, you know? Because that should have been like a 9-0 thing. There's no ambiguity in the US Constitution that the border is an external object. That is the purview of the federal government. And the state governments only have jurisdiction over internal objects, not the national border. You know, it's spelled out pretty fucking plainly as far as anything can be in the Constitution. But, you know, look, what I'm trying to get at is that ideological bias is very strong. And the Supreme Court will most often rule according to ideological biases because there are basically an equal number of legal arguments for any given position that you could take on a constitutional issue. And you could make a pretty structurally sound legal argument for any given thing, even if it's fucking horrifying. Imagine one person deciding the law for a whole country and not even being elected. Yeah, now imagine 9 of those, and that's what we have in the United States. Both me and Henry got. Oh, shit. I need a item. There we go. All of them are VSD. Yeah, that's true. They're actually all trying to implement the national interest of Lithuania. Oh shit, I got 3rd somehow? That's kind of wild. I did the parliament yesterday and the politicians are stupid as fuck. Yeah, that's a recurring pattern for politicians in many countries, actually. You know, it's a pretty common thing. Like they all had their documents just laying on their tables. Yeah. Photo of one? That's funny. Random. Anyways. Look, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that in some fashion the Democrats are going to basically hand the country on a silver platter over to Republicans. It's only a matter of time. Like, there's only so much time that we can buy. I don't intend to stop doing the stuff that I do for political activism and stuff, but I'm aware that it's only, like, making the inevitable outcome a little bit less bad each time, because the Democrats are, like, hardwired to be maliciously incompetent and like, I don't know, fucking terminally ho-humming. You know, the Democrats have explained that, like, they don't want to do anything. Doing my duty as a Xiaomi phone owner. Ah, I see. By the way, in the room they passed laws, they have more Ukrainian flags than Lithuanian ones, Lamau. That's kind of funny. No! God dang it. That frustrates me, because it's such an unlikely angle to hit on that mushroom. But if you do hit it, it results in you just dying instantly. I got the low trick, though, so that's good. I used that POW a little bit too early. I want to just get rid of that. Probably get rid of this, too. There we go. I'd much rather have that. America gives way too much power to their president? Yes, we do. We give a lot of fucking power to presidents and court judges. You know, like a lot. I've sort of in my head I sort of explain it as the American presidency is almost like you elect a king for 4 years, you know. And then if the king is from the Democratic Party, they decide not to do anything because that would break the rules actually. And then if the king is from the Republican Party, they decide to just fuck over workers in every way imaginable. No, why did they shock there? I keep getting target shocked and like third! We're a semi-presidential republic here. Most of the power in the Seimas. I assume that's the like the legislative body. That makes sense. Originally, the president wasn't elected by the people, but appointed by the Seimas during the interwar period, that is. Yeah, it used to be like that in the United States, too. In the 18th and 19th century, I think before the, or like early 1900s or like late 1800s or something like that, the president wasn't elected by popular vote. Even now, the president isn't elected by popular vote, but the electors were actually determined, I think, by the legislature or something like that. I don't know. No, you know what? I'm thinking of the Senate. Never mind. Not the presidency. The Senate. You know, lefty misinfo. Members of the Senate, which is the upper part of the legislature, until the 1900s, they were appointed by the lower part of the legislature. They weren't elected by people, the popular vote, and the president still isn't. We have the electoral college, which is weighted in favor of like certain states. The way it's weighted is complicated, but it ends up leading to conservatives winning much more often than non-conservatives, or much more often than they should, rather, because conservatives don't enjoy that much popular support. But don't fix that by taking away all the power of the Seimas, becoming a dictator, though. Yeah, that's not how you want to fix that. I think there was an amendment, like a constitutional amendment, that fixed the whole, like, senators are appointed and not elected thing, but we haven't fixed the electoral college yet. We for some fucking reason. Well, I know why, because if the president were elected by popular vote, there would never be another Republican president. Every presidential election since the year 1992 has resulted in the Democratic Party candidate receiving the popular vote, like victory. And the Republicans, the only times that they have won the elections there, I think with the exception of the 2004 election, have all been because of the electoral college, where they actually lost the popular vote, but they won certain votes in certain states, and that was enough to get them to win. Progressives are in charge here? That's good. They're certainly not here. All the conservatives are either racist, homophobic libs or Russian assets. That's basically what conservatives were like here before the Republicans descended into completely incoherent fascism. They were pretty, like, fascist adjacent before. But yeah. It's almost like conservatism is an inherently anti-popular ideology that, you know, is bad, wouldn't you know it? Okay. Whew. That race was okay. I made some mistakes, but... I met the speaker of the parliament yesterday. That's cool. He was pretty cool. Nice. There's one other story that I wanted to talk about from the United States, from Texas again. Then I can talk about the really grim subject. You can tell that this is a kind of a bad day because this is less grim than the other thing that I had lined up to talk about. So, judge blocks. There we go. So, the first headline in this series of headlines. All of the news articles I have, I think, are from the Associated Press, but here we go. LGBTQ plus advocacy group sues the Texas Attorney General, says it won't identify transgender families. So the Texas Attorney General had, well, actually, this is explained in the first paragraph. A national queer advocacy group is suing the Texas Attorney General's office rather than hand over information about its support of transgender children receiving gender-confirming medical care. Or gender-affirming, rather. According to the lawsuit filed in the Texas court Wednesday, this would be last week, I think, PFLAG National says Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton's office is demanding documents and communications related to a sworn statement the group's CEO provided to a court last year while opposing the state's transgender youth medical care ban. Basically, my man's is trying to compile a list of every trans person in the state of Texas. I will leave your imagination to run wild with what they could possibly be doing that for, because it's exactly what you think they would be doing that for. Whoa, what is going on here? This is a very wacky track. Oh, okay. Alright. Of course, you know those guys are the Sweat Lords because they've already had the time to practice this track. Some shit. Turn coming up with me? Okay. Makes things actually a lot easier for me to grasp. Is the route changing each lap? Or I just didn't go this way before, I guess. I'm gonna just use this mushroom here. Wow, we're way up here. Start laying bananas, I guess. Whoa, okay. This is wild track. What the hell? Huh. Wow, I actually raced that incredibly. We had a mile lead over everybody else. Yeah, here we go. The CEO's statement at the time detailed how many PFLAG members had set up contingency plans should their child's medical care be cut off, ranging from finding resources to move out of the state to finding alternative care inside of Texas. The CEO's affidavit was submitted shortly after Republican Governor Abbott signed a sweeping gender-affirming care ban for minors. So basically, the Texas Republicans want to compile a list of every trans person in the state so that they can take away kids' access to gender-affirming medical care. Care that in many times, or in many instances, is one of the few lifelines they have from not unaliving themselves. These are the, let's see, it goes on to detail some of the details of the gender-affirming care ban and the lawsuit that's being filed here. Yeah, here we go. The group's lawsuit alleges that Paxton's latest request is a direct response to their continued defense of transgender youth, which it objectively is. It's like stealing the pants from a pansexual. That's absolutely true. Unconscionable. These demands are a clear and unmistakable overreach by the Office of the Attorney General in retaliation for PFLAG successfully standing up for its members, including Texas transgender youth and families. Oh, this is different. Oh, okay. All right. Charlotte Parker, thank you for the follow. Welcome to chat. Good to have extra pair of eyes here. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm well, a little bit tired as a product of all the fucking ghoulish news going around. But you know that's what's up, I guess. Where are you from? I'm from the East Coast of the United States. That's cool. It's got its perks. It's also got its drawbacks. Definitely glad I'm not from Texas, that's for damn sure. From UK, Manchester? Cool. Your favorite place in the US? My favorite place in the US? Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know. There are some cool places I've been to. Places I wish I could go back to and visit more frequently, you know? I'm a big fan of the Outer Banks, I'll say that. I really like Hatteras, Cape Hatteras. There we go. Just to name something. You know, Cape Hatteras has some of the best waves on the East Coast. And so, you know, makes it a really nice spot to go surfing. Looking is very handsome. Well, thank you. Glad to know that I'm easy on the eyes. Your favorite color? Well, I like red, if you can tell by my my stream overlay here. Red is a very nice color. It is. He's a communist SMH. Yeah, that's true. Favorite color is pink? I like pink. Pink's a nice color. Oh, sorry. That was an intense race, and I drove well as I could, realistically. Dark pink is my favorite color. Dark pink. That be like salmon? I'm having a hard time picturing that. Stream's looking dope. Well, thank you. Magenta, maybe? Maybe. Like hot pink or something? My favorite game so far that I've played on stream? I don't know. I don't know. Mario Kart Wii has a lot of replay value. It's a really good, easy way to get a good streaming experience for me. I have really enjoyed playing Minecraft on stream, although I tend to not nowadays because people don't tend to watch that as much. You know, I usually do creative mode stuff when I play Minecraft. All-time my favorite game. Oh, let's see. I don't know if I have one all-time favorite game. Hmm. You know, that's really difficult to say. It's really difficult to say because I've played a lot of different games, like different kinds of games. They're very hard experiences to compare. Try Hearts of Iron 4. All the trans people and Nazis will watch you. Well, I do own that game, so maybe we'll see. Like Last of Us 2 and GTA 5. I've heard good things about Last of Us 2, and I have played GTA 5 on Xbox 360. This game's very interesting. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii has it's got some new life, keeps getting breathed into it by like custom track community. HY4 is too hard. I enjoy EU4. I agree. I also play EU4 on occasion. Although I think, you know, real-time strategy games in general are very difficult for me. The best item. You daily stream? Every other day. As much as I can. You know, sometimes work gets in the way. What's your profession besides gaming? I do video editing. I'm going, dude. Recently completed the degree of game development. Oh, cool. No, you need to do that. Second place. Visual design from Metropolitan University, Manchester. Really enjoyed your stream. Well, thanks. Thank you for kind words. And congrats on graduating with a degree in game design. I have some pretty dope ideas in mind for your channel. Can I share these ideas on Discord? Nice try, but the only person allowed to administrate my channel is me. I'm aware of that there are quite a few ideas that I know of that could improve the channel. It's just that, you know, I have a hard time finding the time to go research in depth. Kindly share your Discord. You know, now I'm actually more hesitant to give you my my Discord channel to invite you there. You know, if somebody comes in, new viewer, and says like, "Hey, you know, how are you?" Talks me, you know, chats me up a little bit and says, "By the way, I have some ideas for your channel to make it better. Give me your Discord." What? Like, okay, sure. If you have any ideas, you can share them right here. But it's my channel. Pumped. Seventh? This is a good spot to get an item. But I didn't get one, so. Is that really Yoshiller? I don't know if that's really Yoshiller. Kindly share your Discord. One more and I ban you. Spam is not allowed in chat. You know, I was thinking I maybe didn't want to before, but now I definitely don't want to if you're just gonna keep spamming. Oh, I kind of didn't want to do that. Didn't see him. I hope I didn't hit them on their screen. The best item! Excuse me, gentlemen. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Oh, wow. Okay. Got pretty messed up. I'm gonna let that red shell do its thing, and then I'll use this. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. That was actually pretty good golden usage. Yeah, okay, they left. Figures. You get rid of that red shell. None too comfortable with him waving that thing around. Even if I don't actually have that much of an intention to take over first here. Ah, damn it. Okay, fourth. Whew. Not bad. Dude, people were going in on that race. God damn. Dude, player rocking the 6,000. What a god gamer, dude. Unless they're a Smurf, in which case I have no respect for them. Or maybe I do. I don't know. People who willingly just say fuck it, go with the low VR. I respect that. Anyways, sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, talking about the news. So, I met this guy yesterday who thought that the Vatican actually controls all countries in Europe except the UK. That's really funny. That's bizarre as hell. I don't think I've ever heard that conspiracy theory. That sounds like some shit that an 18th century American would come up with about the Catholic Church. And that the Vatican uses Russia to scare Europe. Dude, that's even weirder. You know, I've heard plenty of conspiracy theories, mostly involving the Jews, right? You know, very conspiracy subject. People talk about the Jews this, the Jews that. I haven't heard as many about the Catholics. You know, seems like something that you'd expect to find in old American history, like you know, textbook about America. Like, oh yeah, blatant anti-Catholicism was rampant in the country. Whoa, what is going on? What is this? This is why you don't let comp players pick what tracks get admitted, folks. Because then you get shit like this. What is this? Are those tumbling Shy Guys? What is this? What is happening? I fell off. This ain't Strobin's Desert anymore? Yeah, this... I don't think we're in fucking Kansas anymore, dude. This is so wacky. What? I can't. I could barely see the ground that I'm driving on, dude. Dude, ah! No, okay. Never seen that happen before. All right, can't get me up there, dude. I'm panicking. No! Son of a bitch. What is this? Huh? What is going on, dude? Who picked this? Who let this get into CTGP? Why aren't they fired? Hello? El Bozo XD? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. What is going on? Okay, we're back to the part that, like, kind of a little bit looks like Stroben's Desert, actually. What is this? Okay. On a rickety wooden bridge. I'm just gonna follow Ligma, dude. I'm... No. Okay. Give me this mushroom. Please. Please don't use that banana on me, dude. I can't afford it. I can't afford to have my heart rate increased like this. Okay. Ligma, I am following you. Ah, damn it. Could have used that Mega Mushroom, but I value the knowledge of where I'm actually going more than that anything that Mega Mushroom could have gotten me. How am I in third? Second? No! I was doing so good! I'm still doing so good. Hello? I got third. When you have to stop the political debate because Mario Kart Wii track is too confusing and to sight read. Yeah, what the fuck? That track is... I do not ever have to do drugs in my life. Because if I need a psychedelic trip, I know that Stroben's Desert illusion exists. Thank you. Who made that track? Who let it be in the CTGP pack? Who picked it? Why? Why? Streamer's gonna die 20 years earlier because of high blood pressure you will get from this track. Yeah, it's like people just keep picking this track over and over again. My blood pressure fucking just shoots through the roof each time. I go to the doctor, like, what the fuck do you do to yourself to, like, do this? Like, how is your blood pressure this high when you're, like, 20, 23, 24? Okay. Trying to recover my train of thought. It was made for another pack. I don't know how it got added back into CGP. Yeah, unironically, I think the original Stroben's Desert was easier to read than that. Like, on some level, at least. Okay, finally. Something that looks like an actual track. Much easier on the eyes, this one. Get out of here, Henry. Oh, that's kind of wild. Oh, wow, you go down here? That's crazy. And then that's the track. Okay, not too bad. I'm just gonna put that there. Somebody's... Maybe getting hit by that. Okay, I guess not. Wow. Actually worked. Whoa, what's going on here? Dude, that's crazy. This track just changed? How did that happen? Please don't hurt me, Yoshil. That's pretty cool. Give me this mushroom. Give me an item, please. Okay. Whoa, okay, okay. I gotta go around this way. Ow. Yo, Schiller. Fuck. Alright. Please don't hit me with it. No! Damn it. I'm gonna get like 8th. Yeah. 7th? Okay. Fuck, dude. These tracks are getting crazier and crazier. Please tell me this is just like the April Fool's update that's like a little bit early this year. I can't deal. Anyways. Okay. So like 20 minutes ago, I was talking about I was talking about politics, right? One of the things that's been going on is that the Attorney General for the state of Texas is trying to make a list of every transgender individual in the state and their families and like their addresses and whatever. Because like, you know, why the fuck would anybody make a complete list of marginalized individuals associated with a certain group unless it was to do some Holocaust shit? Like, you know, let's be real here. And a pro-queer advocacy group sued the state government over this, and they got a temporary injunction. Fortunately, you know, it's not like a ruling, but the AP reports that a Texas judge on Friday temporarily blocked State Attorney General Ken Paxton from forcing a queer advocacy group to hand over information about transgender children receiving gender-affirming medical care. The ruling came just one day after PFLAG National went to court to try to stop Paxton's office from getting that information. So basically, this is just a measure saying like, okay, this is an ongoing like legal thing. This is an ongoing litigation matter and whatever. And until this is resolved, Texas can't, you know, like is not allowed to enforce this policy until the court decides whether or not it's allowed to enforce it, because of like the allegations being brought here are so serious that like it would be irresponsible to like, I don't know, do so in the meantime. You know, I think the court that took this case, I think to some extent understands the gravity of the situation. I've you know, I've seen federal courts behave pretty sensibly, all things considered, in some respects, with regards to trans care, because a lot of them, like a lot of judges, are very proceduralist and respect the opinions of actual experts on the matter, which is nice, I guess. No. But this is the current, like, ongoing legal battle in Texas. It's like, it's not quite like the pink triangle law that was discussed in, I think, Iowa. But it's a similar type of thing. Okay, go for it, dude. Whoa, what the hell? Ah, dang. Let's do this, right? Do some of this. Maybe? How? Huh. That was pretty goofy. Is that gonna get him? If not. Not a bad race, but certainly not great. I think that's the first race where I've genuinely understood what that track was and what's going on, like, properly. Losing because I got bumped into I don't know where. Yeah, you hate to see it. Shoutouts to the fucking getting bumped all day, all the time. Classic Mario Kart Wii moment. Oh, hold on. Something got adjusted in chat settings, and I just noticed, like, not what I want. There we go. Okay, that's better. Whew. Yeah, so crisis averted for now. Not in Mario Kart, of course. Mario Kart is all crisis all the time, but real life transgender, healthcare policy making crisis temporarily averted, like by a very thin margin. I saw there were a number of trans people on Twitter and elsewhere advocating for, like, people to just leave the state over this anyways, because if it's progressed to this point, it can't rightly be headed to anywhere better. Um, you know, Texas is one of the worst states in regards to transgender, like, affirming care. And, it's pretty soundly controlled by Republicans. I don't expect it to get all that much better anytime soon. But that's actually the, if you can believe it, that's the slightly less soul-crushing news that I alluded to earlier. Yeah, but if all the progressive people leave, it has no chance of getting better. That's true as well. It's a very difficult thing to weigh there. That, like, if they stay and commit themselves to certain very risky potentialities, then they could make the state better in the future. By virtue of being there. But then they also, if they stay there, they risk harm to their own selves and their families, which is not something I would rightly, advocate anybody to do, really. It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. If you leave the state, it's that much more unlikely that things will get better there. But then if you stay there, things could still very well get worse, and that have a, like, direct negative consequence on friends and family. I guess, I would just leave it up to the personal discretion of the people in Texas, whether they think it's right to leave or to stay, you know? Whoa, that sent me flying, dude. I think I should get big before... Yeah. Oh, I didn't get a box. Lame. Okay, that's good. I didn't, This box. Thank you. Mushrooms. Or triple greens. Not ideal, but it'll do. Ah, sorry, man. Oh, nice. Take that. And second place. Okay. I think I raced pretty good. Not incredible, but pretty good. Now you guys are going to find out why I said that Texas potentially, like, trying to make a list of every transgender person in the state for, future reference is the less soul-crushing news. Because the other one is the incident that people are now referring to as the Flower Massacre. And, the fact that it already has a name, like a history books-ass sounding name, I think is telling. It sort of gives you an idea of what's going on here. Again, Associated Press seems like that's my go-to today. Palestinians say Israeli troops fired at people seeking food. Israel says scene was deadly stampede. In Rafah, in the Gaza Strip, Israeli troops fired on a crowd of Palestinians racing to pull food off of an aid convoy in Gaza City on Thursday, witnesses said. More than 100 people were killed in the chaos, bringing the death toll since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Thanks, AP. Really giving us some good framing. To more than 30,000, according to health officials. Hey, at least they didn't say Hamas-run health ministry or some shit. Yeah, I mean, it's befitting of such a fucking rainy day that you get weather like this, I think, but holy hell. This is some of the worst carnage that I've seen in my lifetime, at least. From a, like, perspective of state, like, power versus not having state power or whatever. When I have a moment, I can probably get to more of the article, but I'll lay out the general beats of what happened. So, Israel has been blocking food aid from getting into Gaza. Most people know that part. But every now and again, they can't really stop all of the trucks from getting in. They stop most of them, but every now and again, there is a truck that gets through. And of course, because Palestinians are impoverished, starved, and being bombed every day, they take what they can get, and it's quite a scene each time. And this time will seem to be that, at least in the initial build-up. But there were IDF soldiers on this convoy, and I guess the desperate nature of the Palestinians in this instance led the IDF to take it as, like, adequate justification to just open fire into a crowd of starving people. Whether or not, like, whatever the IDF says about, oh, our life was threatened and whatever, ultimately that's what happened. There were starving people, they were hungry, they saw a truck with food on it, they went to the truck to try to get food, and IDF soldiers shot them. Dead. I'm sorry, Dry Bones. That's good. Oh yeah, and the reason this is called the Flour Massacre particularly is because the aid truck was carrying flour for people to make bread with. Israel said many of the dead were trampled in a chaotic stampede for the food aid, and that its troops only fired when they felt endangered by the crowd. Yeah, you know, we feared for our lives, bullshit. Of course, whenever the IDF says anything the wrong way into a blue, that's crazy. That happens sometimes. It'd be like that. Yeah. Whenever Israel says anything, you should probably assume that they're lying. They have a penchant for lying and doing horrible things and then being like, no, we didn't do that. But also, it was justified when we did that. Yeah, see, look. Even in this sentence, they reveal their own intentions. No, it wasn't us. They all killed each other, actually, by stampeding and trampling on each other. But also, we were justified in opening fire into a crowd of starving people. Violence was quickly condemned by Arab countries, and Joe Biden expressed concern it would add to difficulty in negotiating ceasefire in the nearly 5-month conflict. Who fucking who, Joe Biden? Literally, the United States has been standing in the way of a ceasefire for the whole... Look, whatever. Gaza City was among the first targets of Israel's air, sea, and ground offensive, launched in response to Hamas's October 7th attack into Israel. Ostensibly. Israel was waiting for an excuse, but yeah. Let's see. While many Palestinians fled the invasion of the north, a few 100,000 are believed to remain in the largely devastated and isolated region. Several deliveries of aid reached the area this week, officials said. Yeah, aid has been very spurious. Stuck in my wheelie there. Oh, dude, silent. Oh, you're the dry bones. Okay, I understand now. Sometimes I see names like that and I always just think bells and whistles. But yeah, okay. Yo, Schiller. Oh, whoa, okay. What did he slow down for? Probably let me pass. Okay, makes sense. I'm in first now? With the mushroom? That's crazy. Oh, poor bastard. Player having a rough time. Green shell? That's good. Oh no, that's gonna hit me now. Or is it? Let's see. Oh. Ain't I glad that the road is right there. What up, Dry Bones? The best item. Yes. Dang. How did 2 blue shells happen like that quickly? Damn. Alright, I'm gonna mushroom here. Mushroom again. Ow. Damn. Dude! Come on. Man. And a blooper in 8th? Really? Man. The one time I've actually legitimately been mad that I got a blooper. Holy shit. There's only 9 people in this room. I think. God damn. 1 blue shell killed my whole race. Last place is still on lap 1. Alright. I raced that so well to get 7th. God damn. Alright. The deadly chaos in Gaza City will likely fuel criticism of Israel when it comes to allowing aid in. No shit, really? Associated Press? Wow, that's crazy. I thought Israel was still the humanitarian beacon of liberalism in the Middle East for killing Palestinians because Arabs are all backwards. Aid groups say it has become nearly impossible to deliver supplies in most of Gaza because of the difficulty coordinating with the Israeli military, because they don't want to let aid in. Ongoing hostilities and the breakdown of public order, with crowds of desperate people overwhelming aid convoys. Yeah, because there's so few aid convoys. UN says a quarter of Gaza's 2.3 million Palestinians face starvation, and around 80% have fled their home. Military officials said the pre-dawn convoy of 30 trucks driving to northern Gaza were met by huge crowds of people trying to grab the aid they were carrying. Dozens of Palestinians were killed in the stampede, and some were run over by the trucks as truck drivers get away, said Rear Admin Daniel Hagari, the chief military spokesperson. So what I'm assuming is that, like, maybe a couple people, like, enough to count on one hand, were killed in the, like, trampling and because of the truck driving over them, and then the remainder were most likely shot by the Israeli military. Israeli troops fired warning shots toward the crowd. Oh yeah, very normal thing to do. Fucking hell, dude. Just, haha. What? That was actually, did not mean to hit Highland there. I'm sorry, man. This is a... Okay. Actually wasn't all that much slower. Kind of wild. No, didn't mean to... Asshole. Alright, give me item box, please. Thank you. Don't give me a blooper. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that's what's going on there. No, what the... Ah! Whoa, what the fuck? I'm too absent-minded for what's going on right now. I need to pay more attention. I say as I do this again. I need an item. I can't afford to not get one. Okay. Oh, okay. That worked out, kind of. Huh. Alright, remember to go to the top route. And third? Hello? Okay, go this way. Right. I still don't know how that route works. Got him. Knew it. I know you can do that. Is there any more to this article than what I've read so far, or is that about it? Oh, no, there's more. Okay. So, where's the, Okay. Israeli troops said they fired warning shots. We didn't open fire on those seeking aid. Contrary to the accusations, we didn't open fire on a humanitarian aid convoy, not from the air, not from land. We secured it so we could reach northern Gaza, he said. So blatantly denying the thing that fucking everybody could see with their eyes. There's footage of this. I'm not going to show the footage, but there is footage of the crowd being shot by the Israeli soldiers on the convoy. Wait, actually, I don't even need to refer to that. He said Israeli troops opened fire on the crowd as people pulled boxes of flour and canned goods off the trucks, causing the Palestinians to scatter with some hiding under cars. After the shooting stopped, people went back to the trucks and the soldiers opened fire again. This is a testimony from Kamal Abu Nahel, who's being treated for a gunshot wound at Shifa Hospital. Okay, so that was not the Israeli soldier. That was somebody else. Said he and others went to the distribution point in the middle of the night because they heard there would be a delivery of food. We've been eating animal feed for 2 months, he said. 2 months they've been in this kind of state. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, at least 112 people were killed in this incident. Yeah, just get rid of that banana. There we go. This is a mirror mode, right? I know what I want to do with this mushroom. Whether or not I'm actually going to get the chance to do it is a different story. I might get the chance to do it. We'll see. Okay. Did get to do it. Oh. That was kind of wacky, but second all the same. More than 700 others were injured. And Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Jordan accused Israel of targeting civilians in the incident. In separate statements, they called for increased safe passage of humanitarian. Man, it's really telling that Israel's behavior is so fucking bad that it's like a political layup for countries like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and fucking what else? Who was it? And Egypt to look good by comparison. Like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. We are urgently seeking additional information on what exactly took place, State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said. This is a load of bullshit. The State Department knows exactly what happened. The whole world knows exactly what happened. There's footage to that effect. They are scrambling to cover their asses. The Biden administration has literally, like, they've actually been taking the attitude of hopefully the genocide is over by the time election day comes around. It's the, like... It's the evilest thing I can imagine. It like the what was it that I don't remember what show that was. It was the same one where the guy's ordering a pizza and he says extra thick over the phone, and then that became a meme for everybody. The Democratic Party is at the helm here, and the Republican Party, let's be clear, would be acting worse, but the Democratic Party is acting pretty fucking bad with regards to enabling Israel. Because I guarantee some version of what happened was like, oh yeah, you know, how long does it take to starve a population of 2 million people to death? I don't know, 3 weeks? That's how long people can survive without food. And so they've been like banking for the past several months that eventually they'll hit that magic mark where everybody just drops dead and then you forget about it. It's like... It's just as callous and indifferent, It's like just as callous and indifferent to human life as the people committing the genocide, but there's an unwillingness to engage in bad optics to actually do it yourself. It's like fucking... It is very characteristic of liberals to do the whole, like, idly fretting while a bad thing happens, saying there's nothing we can do, but also, if you try to stop the bad thing from happening, that means you're actually worse, actually, because of... I don't know. They'd never explain that part. Obviously, from a strictly outcomes perspective, like, I don't know, that's somewhat better than Republicans who would be way less restrained. But Jesus Christ, man. Like, you know, good fucking luck getting people to turn out for the election and vote for you. Like, seriously. Whoa, okay. No, dude, why would you throw that backwards there? Internet is so shit, not gonna lie. Fifth? Huh. Okay. Jeez, man. That blue scared the shit out of me. Yeah. Oh yeah, you were up there, huh? When that happened. Me and first and 3 inches from each other and a blue comes. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha, I gotcha. See a funny video of a politician who speaks fluent English? No, not really. Not right now. Um There was something else I had in mind, but I feel like this is going to consume the bulk of stream. There was a thing I had in mind to do, like, research about, that, like, read through Wikipedia. I think that would be fun. Because it was about a topic that I found interesting, but I might do that next stream. I would have only done it at the end of stream either way. Like, last 25-ish minutes. Fucking Biden waxing about hope. Jesus Christ. My whole race is done from that, by the way. I'm now doomed to get last, I think. I'm gonna use this here. Assuming that I get, like, on the assumption that I'm gonna get an item, like, good item up here as well. That's decent. Okay, that works. No! I should have just ran into the wall. I thought you were the best racist. I am. Even the best racist makes mistakes when they are racing. Alright. Nice. Okay, that's good. My race is now slightly less fucked. Still very stratified. The bats are not fucking helping. Sometimes you just don't use your full racist power level. That's true. You know, that fib was actually a really good marker for where the shortcut was. I think if that fib wasn't there, I would have, like, messed up. Fuck it. Let's throw it. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Ow. I can't believe that didn't kill me. Oh, I can't believe that didn't hit me. I'm gambling it all. God damn it, Bowser Jr. Oh well. Ah, here we go. Last part of the story. Last bit that I'll talk about. Because then they just talk about the fucking October 7th attack for the 1 millionth time in the article. Top 10 racists in Mario Kart Wii history. All of them are me. That's the whole list. It's just me, but in various different, like, photographs of me. Yes. Okay. So, at the hospital later, there are, believe it or not, there are still some quasi-functioning health facilities in Gaza, dwindling though they may be. So, get some testimony from medics and doctors here. Dr. Mohammed Salha, the acting director of the Al-Auda hospital, said the facility received 161 wounded patients, most of whom appeared to have been shot. Said the hospital can perform only the most essential surgeries because it's running out of fuel to power emergency generator. So there's some testimony from a doctor that most of the people that they did receive from the scene had been shot. As if we needed additional evidence that the Israelis lie about many things. So, yikes. Average historical event. Whoa! Holy shit, I got bumped. Bro, Doggo's out for blood right now. And shells? Okay. What's up, Ligma? Whoa, okay. Alright, alright. Alright. Dude, he's really out for blood. Holy shit. He slowed down to hit me with those green shells earlier. Alright, how do you do this shortcut? It's not like that. Ow. Doggo, I swear to fuck if you slow down to hit me. Okay. Okay, I have an idea. And that idea is I'm going to use the bullet here. Because the cannon's pretty slow. Yeah. And that's gonna, you know, do me a ton of favors, but it'll get me somewhere. me that box. Yes. Yes! That's what I want to see. What? All of us got shocked at the end. More people got target shocked. Yeah, it was like me, Dio. Who's like 7, 8, 9, and 10? It was me, Dio, Man, and Jake. 8th to 4th? Okay. God damn. We're not doing too bad today, or at least I'm not doing too bad in terms of how I'm driving, and I'm glad. I'm happy about that. I think I'm content with that. You know, like the fact that I'm driving well, I think is doing a lot to make it bearable for me that I'm getting so messed up. Royal Raceway. I kind of like this track. I've had some pretty good races here. It's not like a track where there's a ton of like the really bouncy road, so it's easy to drive well. And you know, reminds me of Mario Raceway actually, because N64 track, similar patterns of how races go usually. Oh, nice. I'll take that. Thank you. I think I'm gonna use this mushroom early. Seems like a pretty good decision. I was actually kind of afraid that using that mushroom early would have put me in first, which is what I didn't want to happen. You know? But as it stands, I'm actually pretty glad I'm in second, because now I have something to protect me. I know Jake probably doesn't have anything, but I'm not throwing this red shell at him, because I need him to be my meat shield for a blue shell. And he probably has 2 red shells, which is why he's throwing that one at me at all. Or maybe not. Okay, Mega Mushroom. I'm gonna wait till the cannon, and then after the cannon, I'm gonna use it. No! Oh, that was a perfect POW to get me specifically. Because, like, nobody else would have been coming out of the cannon with that exact timing, right? Like, that wouldn't have worked on anybody else the way it did on me specifically in that instance. I'm gonna hold this mushroom. I know there's probably gonna be a shock, but eh. Somehow went inside of that fake item box. This is fine. No, dude! Come on! Lame. Use the shock. Never mind. Don't use it. 3 mushrooms in 10th? Man, you gotta be kidding me. Not good items at the end here. Well, I did get 7, so I outlasted some people. That was a little bit more frustrating. I felt like I was driving okay, but just got messed up by inopportune bumps and red shells. My item pulls were really not good. And I think, you know what? Honestly, I think if that POW didn't happen, or if it happened ever so slightly later, I would have gotten a lot better performance out of that race than I did. That was a frame-perfect POW. but not on anybody else, which is the crazy part. The Grand Archives. Okay, we're getting the new tracks. Seems like the track roulette has been calibrated to be like, okay, we're picking the new tracks today because this update just came out recently. At least for the most part. Oh boy. Okay, I see what's going on here. Whoa, 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 okay, okay. It's in the end of the track. No, there's more. Okay. What? Okay. I'm just following him, honestly. How does this track work? This is so wacky. Okay. Good attempt, but... Oof. This reminds me a little bit of Desktop Dash for how, like, curve, like, turny it is. You know, like, turns everywhere. Oh, what the fuck? Damn it. Nice try. My reflexes have been so good this race. That's the only thing keeping me alive right now. I'm gonna chuck this. What the... This is a furious battle for second place right now. Okay. Whoa! Man! What a triumph is that. God damn. That had to be like some of the best I've ever driven to get second and like consistently outrace the people behind me. Holy shit. Good shit, Xylan. Good shit. I don't know what this guy's doing in Worldwides if he has 9,999. I mean, personally, I would just probably be in, like, custom rooms or something. I don't know. It is also conceivable that this is what he does for fun, this PK Water guy. In which case, you are a sociopath. Please seek professional help. Yeah. Siberian Chateau. Okay. This will be the last race of the stream. Let's make it a good one. I've had some pretty good races on this track before, and I know my way around it pretty well. It's not all that complicated, which goes to help me here, I think. God damn it, doggo. Alright, well. Okay. There's plenty of room to salvage this, but, you know, have to drive really well in order to do it. Which is obviously not a guarantee, but do what I can. Oh, shit, okay. Everybody got fucked up right there. Give me this box. Yes. Alright, I think I know where to use this POW. No! Damn it, Ollie. Just gonna POW like first and second right after the big ramp. Pretty evenly split. I'm gonna use this here. I'm gonna chain this. I saw that coming. God. Okay. Whew. I was gonna say, God damn it. Honestly, 6th place with a mushroom is not that bad of a position to be in. Especially because I can do this and get some of this. That's not gonna do it. The best item! Yes. Okay. Alright. Fifth place, not bad. Oh, I'll take it. For how many things went wrong lap 1, I'm just glad I pulled it together, like, midway through lap 2 and on into lap 3. Okay. +0. Oh, you got +0? That's hype. That's hype. You love to see it. You love a good +0. Alright, who's live right now? Cody Schwab is live. Of course he is. Damn. Cody Schwab is he do be gaming. That's very true. Let's raid Cody. Raid Cody Schwab. Boom. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll be back probably on Monday or something. Hopefully. Have a good one. GG's.